Just one sec. Between waking up and getting in the shower and then wanting to weigh myself and then filming myself, weighing myself, haven't drank any water just so I can get an accurate weigh-in, and nothing hits quite as good as a nice just sip, or should I say just like a chug of water in the morning. Anyways, today I'm gonna show you guys how to make every single food, or almost every single food during your cut, taste better, as well as give you some of my tips that I just went through while I finished my first week of dieting. So yeah, let's get cooking. All right guys, so it is 12:25 p.m. just ate my first meal. First meal consists of 5 egg whites, 2 pieces of bacon, 1 cup of blueberries, and 1 cup of oatmeal with peanut butter in it. So after 1 week of dieting, one tip that I could give out to you guys is keep your fats relatively low in the morning. For me personally, I tend to crave a lot of fatty foods in the evening, especially after working out, especially like when 8 o'clock hits and you're kind of getting kind of bummy. I crave like chips, I crave like cheese on my food, etc, etc. That's just me personally, but that'd be something I'd give a tip to you guys. Now, going back to the title of this video, the secret weapon for dieting is salsa or sauce. For example, this morning we made our first salsa. It's super easy. It took me like 15 minutes. It took me longer to set up my camera and all the angles and lighting than to actually make the salsa. But you grab some tomato, some cilantro, some onion, some jalapeno, some lime, some salt, put them all together. Cut those up nice and square, nice and thin little slices. I learned this trick the other day about quartering an onion. Instead of halving it, you quarter it. Gives you a little better angle. I'm still kind of practicing on it. You mix the tomato, the onion, the cilantro, and jalapeno into a bowl. Put some lime over it, find out you have a paper cut on your finger, then afterwards put some salt in that bowl, mix it up. It's super simple. You let it sit there for a little bit, you let those flavors, just kind of, meet, and then you're set. You're set for a whole week. Put that in a little container, put it in the fridge. I'm about to put it in my egg whites, and I'm gonna show you guys what I do for my next couple meals and how I use that salsa. Egg whites, as I'm sure you guys know, are super plain, super basic, high protein, very low fat. That sauce is gonna work very well with those egg whites. But anyways, I'm gonna eat this pre-workout meal, then I'm gonna go to work, after work go to the gym, and then show you guys my second meal of the day, and again, how I use that salsa. So when I'm putting the peanut butter into my oatmeal, I measured it out. I haven't weighed out peanut butter in a long time. When you find out what 1 serving of peanut butter is, just brace your heart. All right guys, so it is 5 o'clock. The time change really threw me off. And I stayed up late last night, so I'm kind of sort of recovering from the time change. Gonna have my second or my hybrid meal. I kind of have 2 hybrid meals during the day, a total of 5 meals, but 2 smaller ones, such as right now with these 2 yogurts. I'm so hungry because I did cardio at the gym, but today is day 1 of the second week of the full body program. Felt great. Last week, the first couple of days of the full body program felt kind of strange, kind of off. I honestly didn't like it at first, but now I'm really enjoying it, really having fun with it. So anyways, gonna have these 2 yogurts that are fat-free, carb-free, and 15 grams of protein. I think they're carb-free. Anyways, they're really good for you. Gonna have 30 grams of protein with this right now. Then I'm gonna shower, and then I'm gonna cook my second meal and show you guys how I use that salsa. But yeah, I'm just gonna eat this really quick and shower. So I'll see you guys after my shower. I'm missing something. There we go, much better. So I got the rice baking in the oven. Baking's the best way to do it. Now I'm gonna prep my chicken breast. Here we got the finished product, right? I made a nice little bowl. I mean, just look at this. With my chicken marinade, in a little cup, I put a little bit of vegetable oil and then mix the rest of the seasonings. Now I know vegetable oil has a little bit of fat, but I'm not tracking it because I'm doing cardio. I mean, I'm pretty active throughout my day. Later on, when I'm maybe 4 weeks from ending the cut, I will just completely cut out the vegetable oil. But as of right now, I mean, it adds flavor, it's good fats, and when you use the PAM spray, this burns up pretty easily, so the vegetable oil kind of prevents that from happening. I just think this doesn't work well under high heat. So I kind of mix a little bit of vegetable oil in my marinade, but again, I don't track it. You don't have to either if you don't want to, whatever kind of works for you. But after that, made the chicken. I have 1 cup of rice, about 6.5 ounces of chicken, and then I got that salsa on here, as well as some fat-free mozzarella. But I mean, this itself probably has 1 gram of fat, if that, if we're being super picky, and it tastes good. This is gonna fill me up, leave me filled up for a good amount of time. My mouth is watering as I'm talking. I need to eat this soon. But again, that salsa that we made, it just kind of tops it all off, mixes it very well. I also made some pickled onions, which I'm gonna put on there as well. Super good. I love these guys. But that's it. Let me give you guys my macro rundown so far. So far today, we are at 128 protein, 34 fat, and where are my carbs at? Am I blind? 156 carbs. I did kind of something really dumb that kind of went against everything that I was talking about earlier. I used to use this Costco peanut butter, which had 7 grams of fat, but we had the Skippy's leftover one, so I used that this morning thinking it had the same amount of fat as the Costco peanut butter, but in reality it had 16 grams of fat, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. It's no biggie really, but I just completely went against what I said earlier. So just make sure the peanut butter or almond butter or whatever you end up using in your oatmeal or just in general, maybe a little relatively lower fat. But that wraps up my third meal of the day total, or my second full meal. So we're using that salsa in breakfast, and we're also using the salsa in lunch. So quick little intermission slash story time. And my second tip as well is, if you're doing the flexible dieting approach, which I recommend, if you're doing that, you want kind of like a cheat meal, make sure you can properly fit it without essentially just kind of suffering. So what I mean by that is, on Saturday, Josh and I wanted some Portillo's. Now, we wanted a big beef and I wanted some fries and cheese sauce. Now, I didn't want to go over my macros because, oh, I just spilled some Spanish. I didn't want to go over my macros because I'm only 6 days in dieting. I don't deserve a cheat meal yet. I still really wanted a beef. So anyways, I ended up getting a beef, a small fry, and a cup of cheese. And my thought process was, I will take all the fat, I'll take it all, and then just kind of maintain a super clean diet throughout the rest of the day. And I did, and that meal itself, the Portillo's meal, was about 50 grams of fat. Now my daily goal, my daily intake is 65 grams of fat. So I only had 15 grams of fat to work with for the entire rest of the day, my breakfast and my dinner and all that. So my breakfast took up about 5 grams of fat. And then for dinner, I just had just plain tuna, which essentially has good fats in it, but it's still fat. So anyways, I was suffering that rest of the day. I was like, man, this sucks. What I'm trying to say is, if you're doing the if it fits your macros approach, make sure you're being smart. And if you're gonna give yourself a cheat meal, you don't necessarily deserve it right away. Not saying you can't, you can do whatever you'd like. Such as me, I'm gonna have my first actual cheat meal, or I'm gonna go over my macros on my birthday, which is 2 weeks from now. That's gonna be a total of 3 weeks of dieting. And then I'll probably want it and need it maybe, and like deserve it, you know? Because why not? It's not like I'm gonna compete. But anyways, be smart about the if it fits your macros approach. Again, I do recommend that flexible dieting. Just don't suffer because of it. Which, by the way, I'm blending spinach with about a quarter to half a cup of orange juice and the rest water, because 1, I don't like eating vegetables raw, and 2, I need vegetables. I'm not tracking the spinach, I'm not tracking the orange juice. I don't really track much of my liquids. A cup of juice has about 12 grams of carbs, but I use like a quarter to half a cup, something like that, just an estimate. Anyways, I don't track liquids or vegetables, just something I do, and it's been working for me. It's not terrible. It's not bad actually. I'm just kind of used to the flavor, but I remember thinking it was terrible at first. Anyways, if you guys don't like to eat your spinach raw or your vegetables, blend them, you know? It works. But I'll catch you guys for the third meal. It is 9 o'clock and it's time to cook my final full meal, ground beef. Honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of this ground beef. It's kind of like, it's 96.4, which means 96% lean, 4% fat. Yesterday I tried ground turkey for the first time. I just got 1 pack. I got 93.7. It honestly tasted not bad. It tasted better than 96.4 beef. So I think I'm gonna start getting ground turkey. I kind of made like a little taco seasoning, put it on there. It was all right, it wasn't bad. It's definitely better than the beef, but gonna finish out the beef, grind that out. When it comes to seasoning, keep it pretty basic. Salt, pepper, cumin, oregano, paprika, and I think that's it. On top of that, I'm just gonna make another burrito bowl. I'm gonna make it on a non-stick pan this time instead of a stainless steel, because I think the pan works better on a non-stick. But you know what I really miss cooking with? Every day I used to cook with this beauty. I miss it so much. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna use this bad boy again on cheat day. Anyways, I'm gonna throw that beef on the pan and I'll show you guys what the final product looks like. I've been working on my pan flips, getting a little better at it. I'm only spilling very minimal. As I spilled just 1 or 2. All right guys, so this is my finished product. I got a bowl again with some rice, a cup and a half of rice, some ground beef, lettuce, mozzarella cheese again, and some more, as you guessed it, salsa. This is my last meal of the day. So when you plug that into MyFitnessPal, my total macros as of right now are 176 protein, 235 carbs, and 46 grams of fat. I also plugged in a rice cake, which I'm gonna have with this bowl. I just didn't wanna have 2 cups of rice, because after a while of eating like your bowl itself, it's like, man, more rice, more rice. This kind of tastes good as well. That leaves me with a total of 30 more carbs to get and 14 grams of fat. What I'm probably gonna end up doing is having some almonds and maybe like half a serving of baked Cheetos, which are the healthier version of them, just to later snack on while watching a movie or something. And that right there is a good example of flexible dieting. It fits my macros, I'm not passing my carbs, I'm not passing my fat. If anything, I had room left over today. And I hit my protein goal today without taking any protein powder, any supplements like that. So you don't need those supplements. It just may require a little bit extra amount of work. That wraps up today's video, guys. And the main purpose is just to show you how I'm making this taste a whole lot better just by adding this salsa. Now I know what you may be thinking. I'm just gonna go buy like a store brand, like can of salsa. Don't do that, only because that has a whole bunch of extra stuff to it besides the actual ingredients. Unless you're getting like an organic, like maybe Whole Foods, they sell some pretty good salsa, I'm not gonna lie. But I personally like making my own of everything. If I have a chance to make something myself, I like to do it. I don't know, I'm just kind of weird like that. It's gotta be the creative side in me. This takes 10 minutes, you can make it in bulk. I ran out with this last meal because I only made enough for one day to kind of show you guys. But if I wasn't going home later on this week, like actually home because I'm on spring break, but I'm here for work, I would make a whole big bulk of it. So anyways, give the salsa a try. I promise it's so simple and it's so tasty. That wraps it up though. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. Again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos, and I will see you next week. Thanks, guys. I just walked away and left my bowl. What am I doing?